West Pokot County is among the 47 counties devolved under the 2010 Kenyan Constitution. The West Pokot County is the county number 24 of Kenya. Its capital is in Kapenguria with a population of 500,000 people in a land area of about 8,700 square kilometers, subdivided into 4 sub-counties and 20 wards. The County Assembly of West Pokot is composed of 33 members. 20 have been elected by registered voters of the wards, while 13 have been nominated by the County Assembly political parties according to their proportional representation in the County Assembly. The nominated represent special interest groups who are persons with disabilities, minority groups, women, and the youth. Article 196 of the Constitution of Kenya indoctrinates the principles of openness, transparency in the operations of the County Assembly, therefore requiring that the County Assembly must conduct its businesses in an open manner and hold its sittings and those of its committees in public, and must also promote public participation. The Constitution provides that there shall be a Speaker for each House who shall be elected by the House in accordance with the standing orders. Honorable Catherine Mukenyang was elected by the majority votes of the members of the County Assembly as the Speaker of the Second Assembly and sworn in on the 6th day of September 2017.
My name is Catherine Mukenyang, the Right Honorable Speaker, West Pokot County Assembly, and I take this opportunity to welcome each of us who is viewing and invited to our stall during this legislative summit. And as the second speaker of this assembly, a house of 33 members, whereby we have 20 elected members and 13 nominated members, amongst which 10 are nominated women and 3 youths. So this assembly is situated in the North Rift and among the nomadic community. The kind of livelihoods we have in this county are 3. Majorly pastoral, 75%, then we have mixed farming and purely agricultural, the quarter part remaining. In terms of legislation, we are housed in our old county council building, or former municipal building, where the mayor used to sit. Among the projects that we have seen to fruition since devolution took root, we have managed to build a restaurant which is ongoing. We are also building our modern County Assembly, which is costing us a few millions, and we call it one of our flagship projects of this county. The Speaker's residence also is coming up, of which we believe in the next few months we'll be having our model Speaker's residence. We are also undergoing a renovation in our old chamber, which it shall come to completion maybe in the next 2 to 3 months, and we'll have a state-of-the-art renovated chamber, including when we'll complete our assembly, we'll have 2 chambers. Our staff based is a mixed staff based, and the age of the permanent staff ranges from 20 years to maximum around 35. That means a relatively young, youthful staff which are very vibrant, and they have really helped and facilitated the activities of the assembly, where we find our activities and our issues are moving very fast, headed by our clerk, who is hardly 1 year in the office after Mr. Ariwamoy, who was recalled back to his station, which is the Senate. We have now Mr. Karkutian, who is our new clerk in the institution. Our undertakings and our achievement in relation to this year's legislative summit theme, which is accelerating devolution and assessing the achievements and also addressing the gaps. As West Pokot, we've not been left behind in our acceleration of devolution. I think we are among the first counties where we work towards that objective by taking our legislative agenda further and developing it further to the community, where we've had several Bunge Mashinani episodes. I think we shall be running, come the month of June, our episode 7-8 of Bunge Mashinani, which has really made our community to embrace devolution, and made also our people, where illiteracy is still high and a challenge, to understand what does it take to legislate and come up with a law, an enactment of a law to ensure that the services, the devolved functions reach them. And we celebrate, and we call it one of our, we put it so close to us, because since I took office, I saw it was one of my agendas to make at least our people to understand what legislation entails. Through Bunge Mashinani, we've achieved several achievements, like we've had boreholes. Our episode at a village called Kamla in Kiwawa Ward, and we had also for Chepareria, which is Chepareria Ward. And through Bunge Mashinani, there was a motion that we are following it, and county government have taken the decision of that episode, and we have our Chepareria market now being renovated, where it is tarmacked, and we realize, at least from Bunge Mashinani, we are achieving a lot. We are continuing with it. We had the last one at Kaporis, where most of the issues of youth were talked about, and we realized we have partners who are handy and coming in to support us in issues of ICT, because that one was highly highlighted, because through ICT we'll have many youth being accommodated. That is part of our acceleration of devolution. We've also held, as the office of the Speaker, speakers round tables with different people from different quarters, like the Maendeleo of Wanawake team. We've had a round table, we've discussed their issues, the people from the clergy, the youth, and several community members. So it is also another achievement that we are celebrating and saying, at least through devolution and through legislation, we have managed to meet our people in different fora. That is not to say we lack challenges, but before maybe we go to the challenges, our other achievement is how our house has become vibrant. Like in our sittings, we've had several motions, and this is not to say we've managed it alone. Our partners also have been handy. like an upcoming bill, support from our esteemed partners who are AMREF and Bayer Healthcare, who are working with us at close level. They've supported us in issues of fistula, and this time they came in to support us in coming up with a bill to ring-fence the health finance so that our healthcare is enabled to achieve their issues and address their challenges within reach. Notwithstanding, it is within the confines of the PFM Act. We cannot do those bills outside that. Our legal team are handy and also enabled with issues of legislation. So we've said we have achieved most of these work through partners. AMREF is one of them. UNICEF also have been handy.
The Speaker organizes the business of the House as he or she is the chairman of the House Business Committee. The Speaker is a spokesperson of the County Assembly and shall ensure that the dignity of the County Assembly and by extension the Assembly is upheld and its rights and privileges are not abused. The Speaker is the final authority on all matters touching on the interpretation and application of the practice and procedure of the Assembly at all times.
The Senate are our big brother though, but they are of help through our senator. We've received a committee of delegated legislation. We've had a 2-day meeting with them in our county assembly, and they've also visited. So we appreciate they are our great partner, including the Speaker of the Senate, who keeps on. Our lines are open. We keep on discussing our issues together. So Senate is also our equal partner. The county government, they are working together, not forgetting that our role is literally oversight, legislation, and of representation, where the other side are doing execution, but our oversight role also, we've been doing it up to task, where our members are visiting and giving us report. So that is to say our house is equal to the task. We celebrate also this. Our professionals like PUSA, the Pokot University Students Association, are also handy. They've brought here their petition, which we handled ably, and now they can get allocation. Yeah, this is one of the counties where we pride of having our own daughter as Miss World or Miss Tourism Kenya, and again the second runner-up of Miss World, that is we call her Miss Metropolitan World. So we celebrate Sarah. She's our lady. She visited also the assembly, and we were so instrumental in her achievement and her undertakings. So that is to say we are achieving in our small way, and that is not to say we lack challenges. Issues of peace has been our challenge, and conflict, especially within our borders, and our committee on legal justice are working, headed by Honorable Josiah Petakonga. They've been having meetings with our peace committees through the office of the county commissioner, and also making visits to the communities. This is to say the story or the narrative that has been there, that West Pokot is never hospitable, or is never a county you can live, or when you are posted or you talk of West Pokot, you are signing a dead wish. We are saying that narrative has changed. That is not the scenario. There are many people. We are hospitable people. West Pokot is within Kenya. We have more than the 46 tribes, including Europeans are living in West Pokot, not only the Kenyans. So I also take this opportunity to welcome each one of us who is watching us and following this proceeding, that West Pokot welcomes even you to come and visit our Bunge Mashinani, come to our assembly and follow what we are doing. It is possible, it is workable. We are saying with devolution, we are soaring high and we are achieving more.
Mr. David Karukutiang is the clerk of the County Assembly of West Pokot, and as the administrative and procedural head of the County Assembly, and oversees the day-to-day operations and affairs of the County Assembly. He is the accounting officer and the secretary of the County Assemblies Service Board. He also is the administrative head of the County Assembly. He is the authorized officer for the County Assembly. He is responsible for all policy and organizational matters relating to the County Assembly. The clerk is also responsible in dealing with external relations, including international relations, inter-county assembly relations, conferences, and protocol. He is the principal advisor of the particular procedures, practices, and conventions and traditions to the Speaker and the County Assembly, the Deputy Speaker, other presiding officers, and to all honorable members.
And moving forward the legislative agenda, this is my plea and my request to the legislatures in our two houses. Let us make devolution our agenda. Let us devolve this further. Let us legislate rightly, and let us legislate with the mind of that mwananchi on the ground. I know now in the country we are talking of drought where West Pokot is equally hit. Let us think of workable and sustainable mechanisms or legislation so that we can get resources and they are placed by priority. This is not to fault what happened with the transition authority or the people, the proponents of devolution. My proposition is let the unbundling be county-based. My wish is that as we are unbundling the functions, let it be county-specific. Let us not amalgamate it, because the priorities of West Pokot and priorities of Tana River and priorities of Nyeri are never the same. West Pokot, if I'm requested and to give my genuine request on furthering devolution, let us unbundle agriculture, especially irrigation, for our frontier counties. Let us unbundle issues of livestock, let it come, because I know functions, resources follow functions. The regional authorities who are working with us, fine, they are there, but let us make them to be accountable. And where we feel they are not, let's make the counties get that funding that the regional authorities were supposed to give.
Corporate social responsibility. At West Pokot County, we believe in giving back to the community and transforming lives. Devolution, 6 years on, has seen us engage with our community through women mentorship programs, sports extravaganzas for the youth, FGM sensitization campaigns, HIV and AIDS fistula treatment campaigns for our women. Our corporate social responsibility is formed by MCAs and the staff of West Pokot County Assembly, who work as a team of like-minded, driven individuals who seek to add value and change lives. Led by her Honorable Speaker Catherine Mukenyang, we are looking forward to a positively impacted society that values and seeks to empower its youths, women, and the old. As we walk down devolution's aisle,